Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Are you ready for us to continue our victory laps? Because, I for one love declaring victory before we have pushed the big button. This has not burned me in the past, and I'm just saying, I'm better than all of those people that the gods punished for hubris. In fact, I might just be better than the gods themselves, actually.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, probably, right?
All right. There's our game. There we are. I'm certainly in the boonies. You look like you're
Yeah,
yes, you're
I'm
also
over
in the
by
boonies.
yeah. Uh,
All right. So as I recall, you're still working on your nuclear hellscape paradise, and I'm working
yeah.
on a world tour roller coaster, or at least something that can take us out to the boonies.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just in time for us to not need it anymore.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, that's always when you build stuff like that. But I mean, look, I built a giant train network that I've used like once. So like I am no stranger to well, it was kind of nice to prove that I could do it. And that's,
Yeah, sometimes that's all you need.
yeah, just ignore this breathing apparatus hooked up to this tank of copium. Oh,
Well, it's not like we're breathing the actual atmosphere here anyway.
well, yeah, that's fair. All right. So I gotta get back to the build site for the nuclear plant. Because as before, we're still working on phase 1 of this, which is
Okay.
the uranium
Let me
phase.
hand you the
And
camera there.
yeah, I mean, like, it's gonna be a little while. I've got to travel to basically, the other side of the continent here.
Well,
Um,
it's maybe more interesting than what I'm doing for a moment. Though I should let you know if you are ever gonna duck into Satisfactory Modeler for a while.
yeah.
Uh, please make sure I register that you've done this and take the camera
Oh,
back
so I'm not just
because
sitting there. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's fair.
it's okay.
That's fair.
It's okay. I put some nice music on the VOD so that it's not just 15 minutes of silence, but just to know for next time.
Yeah, that's fair. And like, I could probably do a better job of like narrating what I'm actually looking at there, because like sometimes it's easy to get stuck in like, okay, I'm just trying to like wire the graph up and like make the damn make the numbers number.
Oops. Options, key bindings. Really? Alt scroll? Okay. Alright, yeah, that's what it is. Alright.
So, so I think what I would like to do first, because I've verified that like all of the materials that I need are in the area that I'll be building in, including actually Sam ore, because there's one piece of it that like I just don't have natively there, but I have its like components that I can transmute from Sam. So it's like, okay, well that's fine. I'll just do that. But I think I'm actually going to build this slightly backwards, uh, in this sort of contradiction of how I normally do this stuff. Because I have a very cool idea for what I want to do for the like actual nuclear plants themselves. And I want to make sure that that works with the space that I have before I start, building out everything else. The basic idea that I'm working with is, I'm building in this crater lake here. So I'm like,
Mhm.
well, wouldn't it be just like really cool or whatever to make like essentially nuclear lily pads, I guess? Like just
Ooh.
sort of this like this very like chaotic looking like uh, uh a set of, uh, pads that have a nuclear reactor on it, and then the associated uh, uh, water extractors, right? And make it basically look like veins, I guess, would be another way of putting it. So I'll see if I can just very quickly uh, make a little sketch version of it here to kind of show you what I'm seeing in my head, because I think you'll like it.
Cool.
And like I'm not building for efficiency like we did with the rocket fuel plant there. I can take some design bits here,
Yeah, why be efficient
be
when you could
pretty.
go for awesome scenery? Yeah.
Exactly. Right. And I feel like that's sort of the fundamental tension that like all of these factory games have, is it's like, look, yeah, the siren call of just wringing every last little bit of materials out of the planet is there, and I'm not gonna deny that. But at the same time, you know, you want to make it look good, because like that's the real challenge. You know, anybody can make a thing that works, but making a thing that works and looks good, that's the good stuff. Let's make sure that is right there. Okay. So,
Like my roller coaster.
yeah, exactly. So, speaking of, actually, have you kind of decided what like the path that it's gonna take will be?
Well, right now, partly just for convenience sake, I'm running out to this, just this little mine that you've got way out in the desert that's mining copper. Because there's power there, which means I can put an exit there without doing anything too crazy.
Andy?
Okay, I see what you're doing. And I think I'll kind of take it. Because the practical reason for this, of course, is to have an easy way to get in and out of the boonies.
Wait, hold on. You're doing any of this for practical reasons?
Only
That's
partially.
like, that's like way ahead of where I am.
Well, I just put a gratuitous loop in. How's that?
Well, yeah, that sounds pretty great, actually.
Okay. Of course, it wouldn't be a visit with family without listening to all the Disneyland Forever CDs that Dad collected over the years.
Let me ask you something, Vanya. Is it a small world, after all? Because I've always wondered, and I feel like you can help clarify this for me.
It is both bigger and smaller than you think.
Wow, ain't that always the way with the world?
Ain't it always? Yep. Let's see. Oh, speaking of iconic rides, this is going to be the part where I put an exit. That's a wall hole. That's not what I want. Entrance, there we go.
Oh, the tool stopped working. I'm gonna get booted here in a sec.
Oh no, yeah, I'm hearing stuttering.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'll just preempt it. Cool. Love it. Alright, let's see if we can reconnect. Oop, there we go. Alright.
Oh, right. These need to be arrows. Still there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay, yep, I hear you. Oh, no. Arrow, please. Thank you.
Building signage.
Yeah. Of course, now I need to see how this looks when it's in use, which means I should actually jump in this thing. Which is another good reason to put an entrance somewhere so that I can actually test the thing. Right.
I swear you've got better instincts on that than most engineers I've ever met. Oh, hey, I'm working on this thing. I should maybe make sure that I can actually, like, test it somehow? Who'd have thunk?
Did you ever play any of the Myst games?
No, but my partner Sydney, like, loves them. Like, is obsessed with them. And has constantly been trying to get me to play them. Yeah, I hear that they are very good.
Okay. Let's see. My dad played the first two, and Myst-3, Exile, was the first Like the first adventure puzzle game that I beat by myself.
Ooh.
Like without having watched him do it first.
Ooh. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. And I think of it because, well, Riven has a bit of this too, but there is a part that reminds me of this thing that I'm building.
Really?
Yeah. I'm clipping through a tree here, and I'd rather not do that.
Let's get that.
Ooh. Hang on. Look who just discovered vertical tilting.
Ooh.
I'll have to make use of that.
Yeah, okay. So 600 cubic meters. That's kind of weird. Good. Oh, wow. I think it needs two that are fully overflowed.
Okay, well, I won't redo all that I've done, but that'll be cool to use later. Okay, so now that I've reached the copper outpost, you've got that salmon fixite place way off near the lagoons or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, there's also this kind of unexplored section just north of us. I should go that way. And I should maybe follow the river. At this point, I'm just taking the scenic route. In fact, I could see the value in doing both a scenic route and a separate direct route. Maybe I'll leave a place to split. Maybe I'll do that coming up here. Let's see what you're doing.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, okay. We gotta get noodleless here. Yeah, okay. I'm realizing, oh my god, I can do crazy pipeline stuff. Like, this is a dream come true. Oh no! You can't build pipeline supports up here. God damn it!
Oh no!
Okay, that's fine. I might be able to.
Sadness.
Oh, not yet. Not yet. I'm gonna see if I can be a little tricksy.
Okay, you're over there. Now those trucks and things, nuclear pasta. Okay, that's... The rocket fuel's off that way. Okay, I'll make a branch that goes directly to the swamp, or rather, mostly directly.
Yeah.
And I can put in a more scenic route later. Let's put the branch in right away. Okay, a couple of signs. Okay. Now I've got to remember to put signs going other directions as well. That's a little better. Billboard, will you copy and paste properly? Please copy and paste properly. Yes! Okay.
Ooh.
Outpost. And this is...
Nope. Well,
Oh, is it happening again?
no? It, like, just... It was very strange there for a second, and then it caught up. So,
Huh.
cool. Very cool. Yeah.
These are good signs.
I guess I'd have to agree. I can't wait to see them.
Yeah, that should be good. Let's... Smaller size here. Since we'll be seeing them at walking speed. Excellent. Okay, so this branch, I'm going to have snake its way through the Titan Forest, and then it'll go to the swamp, and then it'll be at that place where all those trucks are gathering there.
Ooh.
So that'll be a more direct route. At least that's the general goal. Basically got to go east at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That looks great. Sir Hog, you take exception to my presence. Anyone else want to object to my construction?
Get in line.
You're stuck on my tube. Not very smart of you, was it?
Wow, if only you had taken the time to evolve a brain. Which, I guess, like, same? Uh, and yes, see, the difference, though, is that the Scarecrow wanted a brain. I am not sure that I fit that category.
Doesn't like how close this is to this object. Very well.
Okay.
It honestly does feel like I'm kind of building the Thunder Mountain Railroad out here.
Am I supposed to see that as a bad thing? Because I gotta be honest, I kind of don't.
Oh yeah, no, it's totally awesome.
Finally, somebody brave enough to say it.
Oh yeah, let's go right along the river. I'm in the desert and it's raining.
What are you, Muad'Dib?
I think I'm a little off track, to be honest. But you know what? I can work with this. I've veered a little farther north than I wanted, but yeah, I can work with this. I'm gonna make... No, that's alright. I'll just keep going east from here. I'm kind of aiming for the canyon that goes through the Titan Forest anyway. At least I think that's a canyon of some kind. Confusing creature, please move out of the way of my construction. Thank you. There's a Mercer sphere up there.
Are your vessels functional or recreational?
Mostly functional.
A cog in the machine?
Correct. A hog in the woods.
The vessel is blood.
Fascinating. Yes, I think they are. They are conduits, builders, breakers, defenders, and aggressors, cells within a larger organism. We do not share a body.
How many?
Okay, yeah, let's swing this out this way. Okay, we'll go to the next bend. We'll do something different when we get there. Little guys, go away.
Man, don't you just hate little guys
It's the Hatcher thing.
in life and in game? Actually, no, that's not entirely true. I am.
Some little guys are cute.
Yeah, I believe in little guy supremacy. Actually.
Ooh. Oh, there's a waterfall. That looks cool. I should make use of that. Oh. Oh, that's another thing I can make use of. Perhaps if that cave goes through. Oh yes, that's a good idea.
Please ignore Vanya sounding like a mad scientist here for just a moment. Although, you know, it is worth noting, I'm one to talk. So, like, I kettle,
yeah,
I'm
what do you mean sounding like a mad scientist?
Oh, I'm sorry. It is deeply insulting for me to say that you are not actually a mad scientist. That's my bad.
I have the eyebrows to prove it.
Yes, but do you have the Dr. Horrible style, like elbow PVC gloves?
Not yet, but that's easily remedied.
Now, see, that's an attitude I can work with.
Oh, there's a spitter over there. Okay, there's probably stingers in this cave. Indeed, I would almost feel cheated if there are not.
And now I have Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog song stuck in my head. I hope you're happy with yourself.
Mwahaha.
You should be, because Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog is a just incredible movie, and I love it to pieces.
Ooh, I get to hear the echoing of building inside a cavern. Oh, there's a spitter. Hello, spitter. It's all heavy footsteps for now. No quick ones. Well, none yet, but maybe it's because it's daytime. Okay. Yeah, this is a good way to go. there's some geothermal machines up here. That's good scenery too. Wait, hang on. Is this... No, this isn't the highest point. That's over there. That could be part of the scenic route later. Wait a minute. Are these power stations connected to anything?
Are what stations connected?
I'm just looking at these geothermal generators. It looks like they're connected, but this...
I do not know.
Hang on, I gotta kill this hatcher. Okay, yes, it's just connected slightly strangely. But that's fine.
That would track.
Yes, that is fine. But because there's power here, I could totally make this an off-ramp. So I think I will. That seems prudent.
All right.
Okay, not clicking through there. Excellent. And let's put this up here. There's the entrance. Beautiful. Could be slightly more beautiful. Power line goes from there to the pole. Beautiful. All right, time to put up some signs. I'll hand you the camera while I'm doing that, because who wants to watch signs? I don't. Well, maybe someone does, but... not just now.
So, okay. Those two and oh. Oh, I'm just very frustrated at my lack of ability to use the curve builder mod, because I'm like, oh, I could do the most incredible design with it right now. Okay, just for my own edification, I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to enable the curve builder mod, and we are going to see if I can make it work. Because
okay,
just, you know, take a look at what I've got here, right? This is kind of the like Lilypad design that I was talking about
Oh,
before,
okay,
right?
yeah, and you've got the pipe, you've got the hose laying all over it.
Yeah, of course, because I mean it's me. Come on,
Oh
right?
yeah.
But imagine if instead of this like kind of jank looking what octagonal kind of setup that I've got there. What if I could do uh, uh, a pad like the ones that I've built around the water collectors in the past, right? Like the truly circular one. Like imagine
Yeah.
that around a nuclear power plant. Imagine how cool that would look.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So, with that in mind, I'm gonna disconnect. I'm gonna reboot Satisfactory and see if I can get Curve Builder working because oh my god, that would be so good.
Okay, I'm gonna put myself in a place even farther away from these noisy buildings.
Thank you.
There's a lovely waterfall. Ooh, I have got to go up
What?
that waterfall. Ooh, 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 ooh,
Yes, I would like to update.
check that out.
Mods on.
Okay.
Okay, and now play Satisfactory. Because, like, oh, just, man. I could see it in my head. I could see how good it would look, especially with, like, like, the circle of, like, LED, signs, basically. Like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
Yeah, I have to make it work. How's it looking on your end? Oh,
Let's
whoa, hey.
It
Nice.
seems okay.
Yeah, I'm loaded in. Okay, awesome. Fingers crossed. Okay. So we're gonna leave this guy where he's at because I don't wanna mess with a good thing until I've got the design all figured out. So I'm gonna first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag some stuff a bit this way. Yeah, okay. That's
More of the little guys. me in pipe is too long. How dare you? Aha, hog. Can't get me up here. Oh no, clipping. No, 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 no. No clipping allowed on this path.
From the heart of the cards here.
Live, laugh, consume.
Oh, there's a Mercer sphere in here.
Defile with scripture.
There we go.
Consume. Consume. Consume.
No Mercer sphere. I refuse to obey you. I need to figure out where this tube is going. I guess it'll go that way around.
Harmonize with us.
Oh, that's a lot of hogs. I'd rather not aggro and murder you all at once.
Yeah, it would be like, it'd be annoying more than anything, right? So, like, you know, if you could just, like, accommodate me in this matter, I would really appreciate it. Well, hmm. Hmm.
Alright, well, I'm still going the right direction. this? Down along the coastline. This crater thingy. Even the quote-unquote direct path is pretty scenic, if I do say so myself.
Well,
But, you know, most of that is just, you know, because this is a scenic game.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to actually take much credit for any of it.
You know.
Okay, now where am I? I need to keep on going east.
Oh.
What?
Oh, yeah. I'm about to get kicked.
Oh no.
Oh. Or not. Or not. It was just very confused there for a second. Which I know is not related to the mod because it's the same thing that happened to me before. So. So eat it. Look.
That was an interesting sound effect I was getting there. The same little bit of sound playing over and over a few times. Why are you calling this invalid placement?
Sorry about that. That's the ringtone for, hey, Sydney is calling. And she... Yeah, I normally have my phone on, like, you know, do not disturb or vibrate all the time, but her ringtone is always set to pierce through that because, like, if she's calling me, it's usually because, like, you know, something important is needed.
Fair enough.
Yeah, thankfully it is not something that requires my attention right at this moment. So I can go back to working on this nuclear plant. I get a feeling that I'm gonna, like, spend the entire time we have tonight just working on this one plant. It's not even gonna be hooked up to anything. But, like, it'll be very cool by the time I'm done with it. Live with that.
Well, let's see if I can run this tube to any useful place.
Okay, first things first.
I'm just heading into the Titan Forest as it's getting dark.
Woo!
Isn't that lovely? Guess what, Spitter? If you stand where I can't hit you, you can't hit me either.
I think that's not the right side. That's... Yeah, that's gotta be a 1 meter. What's nearby? Let's see, up here at this Greater Lake. Yeah, Welcome to Wharf is kind of the closest place there. Maybe. No, doesn't stand out.
Nope.
I feel like I do like the asymmetry of things. I feel like maybe it would go up 1 meter.
Oh, is this the place where I made my oil plant?
Oh.
I think it is. Text. Yeah, that's. Yeah, this place with the waterfalls and the coral tree things. Yeah, I remember this place.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I just need to go... I guess I'm not really going so much into the Titan Forest. No, I will. Those are all Titan Forest trees. I just gotta go across the big lake first. Cool.
Sounds, yeah, decent.
Maybe I'll go along the beach.
Right,
I haven't been along a beach yet.
that. Oop. Oh. Yeah, there we go. What's that?
This place kind of reminds me of Riven. The second Myst game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
just
so like, all right, I know the basic like gameplay loop of Myst, I
Uh-huh.
believe, but like, what is it about? Like, why are you there doing these puzzles?
Well, one of the really cool and like unique things about the game when it launched and people were first playing it was the fact that the game doesn't really tell you right off the bat. Like you just appear. Well, you get to the magic picture at the end of a book and you suddenly appear on the beautiful island, absolutely gorgeous by the graphic standards of the time island. That was in the picture, and there's no real explanation yet for why you're there. You just kind of gotta discover it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, this was a big, like, step forward in like the kind of environmental storytelling where, like, how in a FromSoft game, a Souls-like, where you're wandering around and there's all these abandoned structures, and a lot of what you find out about the place you have to just kind of figure out from the descriptions of the items that were left behind.
Yeah.
Because you don't have necessarily someone there to just give you all the flavor text at once.
Of course. And it'd be
So
kind of
that-
boring if you did.
Yeah, so like that's a lot of what you're doing is you're just wandering around, finding all the like little bits of journals that people have left behind, and like noticing in the scenery, things about this place. Like in Riven, you have to figure out the number system that the local people use.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, which is not crazy difficult, but it's world building and it's cool. And
Yeah.
and so a lot of it is just wandering around, enjoying the beautiful scenery, and constantly thinking, okay, well, here's a lever. If I pull it, what does it do? And kind of the overarching plot is that there exists this way of writing books so that they link to real places, and it's kind of left ambiguous whether you're creating the place or linking to something that's already there, but there's definitely a sense that it's kind of like programming. You have to write carefully or else it'll be unstable.
Of course.
And so you use the books to travel from one of these places to another, and of course they're all full of these puzzles that are just built into the workings of the buildings and everything, and yeah, that's how it goes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to comment on the actual thing there, but I have to get this stupid joke out of my head before I explode. And that is,
Okay.
so you know how, you you know how people say, oh, trying to explain X to an American, imagine a burger, right?
Okay.
Trying to explain something to a trans girl, hey, imagine a Bloodborne. That's basically what you just did there, and I immediately I was like, oh yeah, okay, I get exactly why you would love that. So,
Sure, but like there's
The altar in hand.
in the Myst games, like there's no combat at all. You're not there's a few puzzles that are a little time sensitive, but it's kind of the thing. It's kind of on the same level as Portal, where it's mostly just like, here's something that you got to figure out, and once you've figured it out, then it's not really a stringent time limit or anything. It's just, oh, this is the place to turn on the elevator. It's not right next to the place where you get on the elevator, so I have to flip the switch and then run. Like, it's not, it's not the kind of experience where you can get good in the, like, reaction time kind of sense. It's the kind of game where you spend a while staring at this puzzle, and then you get frustrated, so you walk away for a while, and then you get an idea of, oh, I haven't tried this yet, while you're in the shower, and then you come back later. Yeah, it's that kind of game. And I feel like it's important to note that, like, this was what, 1993? The idea of having, and like, puzzle adventure games up to this point had been mostly either text or very low resolution, and constantly facing off with "you can't get ye flask" and all kinds of dumb ways to die. And in Myst, the only way to die is by making a choice at the end that is kind of obviously wrong. You see it coming, but you can do it anyway.
Yeah, which, I respect.
And it was like there weren't a lot of games yet where a major selling point of the game is, look how gorgeous this scenery is. And that's commonplace now, look where we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, gorgeous scenery is part of the experience of Myst, and one of the things that can be kind of frustrating and disappointing sometimes is, like, I've seen some attempts of, like, remastering Myst and, like, oh, now it's fully in 3D. You can play it like the way you'd usually play a 3D first-person game. But at the time that this was done, like, you could not get the same, like, resolution in that format that you could get out of the snapshots that were in Myst, because you know how Myst's graphics work? I don't know if you actually know this or not.
No.
It's a hypercard stack. That's all it is.
Wait.
Like, the game world in its three-dimensional form never exists on your computer. It wouldn't fit in the computers at the time, not even close. So it only existed on whatever mainframe they used to develop the thing. They set the camera wherever it needed to go, and they took a picture, click wherever you needed to stand, whatever angle you needed to be able to look in, and then all of those are linked together like a web page. Just like a website. You just click from one to the next. And that's why they can all be beautiful pictures, because they're just pictures with, like, an occasional little QuickTime animation here and there that takes up a tiny part of the screen.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like how they got the Resident Evil games to work back in the day, right? Because it's mostly, like, the characters, both your character and like the enemies, like those are the only 3D elements inside of the game, and that they are just sort of composited on top of, these painted backgrounds, basically.
Yeah, so there's, you could get so much more beauty by doing it that way than you could if you'd tried to, like, live render it. There's no way you could have live rendered it at the time. And even so, like, you'd hear of people playing Myst, like, in their off hours on their work computers, because that was the only place they had a computer powerful enough to run it, even so. Or that was the only computer where they had a CD-ROM drive.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like, because, like, if this is 93, like you said, it's like, this is before Doom came out,
Around that era, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about, honestly.
And, like, Myst has hardly any inventory items, so you don't need to do all the inventory shuffling that you would do in a lot of games. A lot of adventure games that preceded it. Like, the only inventory items are you carrying a red page or a blue page? And your cursor changes to indicate which one you're carrying. That's it. And this had a, this was like, as soon as Myst came out and became the sensation that it was, other puzzle adventure games immediately followed in its footsteps. Zork was just getting into graphics-based games at the time, and so Return to Zork came out, I think, slightly before Myst, or like right around the same time. And it definitely follows more in the, you have lots of items, there's lots of ways you can die or soft lock yourself. It's still very much in that classic Zork tradition, but as soon as Myst became a thing, the next Zork game, Zork Nemesis, in its gameplay follows very much in Myst's footsteps. There are relatively few items, relatively few ways to die. It even has a, hub world and 4-age structure. Like, and Zork Grand Inquisitor, which was right after it, and honestly is probably the best Zork game for a modern gamer. Also follows heavily in Myst's footsteps. So, yeah, profound influence on everything.
Hell yeah.
Where am I going? I need to go way more south. This was the FMV era as well. Myst got a lot of mileage out of that, and so did those post-Myst Zork games. Full motion video for those who don't recognize that term anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, fallen out of vogue? Because, like...
Yeah.
The whole thing with FMVs was it was like, oh, we can have a much higher graphical quality in this than we could in the game itself, you know.
Yeah.
But like, why would you do that anymore when you can just like render it in engine now?
Yeah, there's not much call for it anymore. Did you ever play The Seventh Guest? That was a
Oh
cult classic.
yes. Oh yeah. So I never played it as a kid. But hilariously, the lady I was dating at the time that I moved down here, uh, I actually moved down here to live with her. She was super into Seventh Guest.
Really?
Yeah, like it was one of her favorite games of all time, and she was like, "Hey, I gotta show you this thing."
Nice.
Yeah. So I've only played it once, but that kind of love for that sort of thing is infectious, right?
Yeah. Oh, hello, nuclear hog. That's infectious in a way I don't like. Lobbing rocks at me, how dare you. I'm trying to build a roller coaster here. And there are some who would call Return to Zork a bad game, but if it had been made in more of an internet-connected era, there are some lines that people would be way more familiar with.
Oh
Because
yeah.
they're just meme-tastic. Want some rye? Course you do. Oh, that hog wasn't dead. Hello.
You know what's funny is I've never played any of the Zork games, but I do know that particular line from a Folding Ideas video on the quote unquote metaverse and how just like let's say scam adjacent a lot of it is.
Okay, I'm coming up on this large assemblage of things. This is iron ore. It's a truck stop for iron ore.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see where I'm going with this. I do need to keep going southeast. I'm actually quite proud that in our family I was the one who actually figured out the Booze Miller puzzle. It is an infamous place where people get stuck.
Oh yeah?
The idea is Booze Miller is this guy who you show up in his mill and he, immediately says, "Who are you? Don't matter. Want some rye? Of course you do." And he pours you a glass. And you have to get through this 4-part toast without passing out yourself. And of course, how to do it is actually quite simple. You just need to have that little outside the box thought.
And what's the secret, I guess?
All right. Well, spoiler alert.
Spoilers, I guess, for, super
Yeah,
old
if you
game.
haven't. Yeah. You just pour the drink on the plant, and then you drink.
Oh!
He's too drunk. He can't tell that you're not actually drinking it. But yeah, Return to Zork does have some, like all these games, it's got spots that are more difficult than others, and that is one that iconically catches people. Which is one reason that line is so iconic, is because every time you walk in the building, he says it again. "Want some rye? Of course you do." And then there's the sound of him pouring the glass. And this means every time you pass out and walk back in because you haven't figured it out yet, "Want some rye? Of course you do." Or every time you walk back through there because you haven't unlocked fast travel yet. Let's see. Those are all Caterium things. Okay, nuclear pasta. Okay. I'm hearing skittering noises. That's a Mercer sphere sitting on top of nuclear rocks.
Ooh.
I'll send the roller coaster past there, but it's not where I'm gonna unload. For darn sure. Kind of just more or less following your truck path here at this point. Doesn't like that. Alright. Fine. I might have messed up your truck path. There's one part of it that's highlighted in red, and I don't know how to stop it.
Oh.
Let's see, is that a universal truck path?
Should be, yeah.
Universal vehicle path. Full mode default. Oh, I have never used this before.
Well, good time to learn.
I guess, or...
If you need to, once I'm done
see...
with this,
I don't actually see any trucks coming by here. Maybe they're like waiting to offload things. I'll just watch them if one comes through. Maybe it'll come to that part and realize everything's okay now, because I took away the thing that should have been blocking it. And I think one might be on its way. Unless it just won't move. Oh, no, it's not red anymore. Okay, it seems to have fixed itself.
Cool. Thanks,
Or
game.
Well, at least I don't have to do anything about it anymore. Yeah, there goes the truck. Is that a... Oh, sure enough, it's a crash site sitting on top of some radioactive rocks, and no doubt that's why we never went for it.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, and there's multiple radioactive hogs there, too. That would be the other reason we never went for it. Maybe I'll leave it alone. Southeast is where stuff is. I mean, I should just be looking at the compass. That would be the sensible thing.
Yeah, but why would you do that?
I know, if I were doing the sensible thing, I wouldn't be building a roller coaster tube in the Titan Forest. Someone's throwing rocks at me. Okay, well, here's this place, and from here, I should be able to head, well, first to the rocket fuel place, and then down to where you are.
Yeah. You're gonna love what I've built here. I think I'm a little biased, to be sure, but I think it's great. I am very glad that I decided to do this.
Okay, well, that sounds amazing, but first of all, oh, I'm gonna have to finish building this tube. Just kind of add that there. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. There we go. Slightly submerged signs, it's fine.
Yeah. Who's gonna notice? Other than you. And
It'll look nice. Wow, of all the things I really didn't want to bother seeing on my watch, I don't want exclusive access to AI features.
What? I'm not even sure what that fully means. Like,
It's not like I'm paying for it. Well, no matter. Here's a perfect place for billboards. Why does it always want to build upside down? I don't understand. It
Yeah,
always
I've
builds
never
upside down first. I mean, it's hilarious, but it's not quite what I want. There's that. We need a different icon. There we go.
okay. I hate to say this, but I've got to wrap up pretty soon here. My roommate's about to go to bed, and we need to dose the cats with flea medicine, so...
Oh boy, okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's see.
So-
Do you have time for a quick test run of this
Oh, yeah.
roller
Oh, yeah,
coaster?
I would love to.
If you come to my location, then we can... Probably the best place for us to log out is the Copper Outpost in the Rocky Desert. So if I have
Okay.
placed signs correctly, you should be able to follow the signs to get there once you have arrived at the
Okay.
nuclear pasta place.
Okay. Well, before I leave here, take a look at my camera and check
Yeah.
out what I've got here.
Oh,
So
okay. So you've
okay.
got...
So here's the old kind of Lilypad design, right? You know, kind of interesting. You know, it's like whatever, but like here's what I've got now.
I kind of like having them
And
both there.
well, I'm probably gonna upconvert this one to this style. I might change
Fair enough.
colors a little bit, but you know, I'll upconvert it. But also, one thing that happened accidentally, but that I really liked and built into it was this moat here inside.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that looks really nice. And it looks
Thank
nice
you.
with those coral tree things next to it.
yeah, I kind of obviously ignore the power lines cutting through it there. Those will be moved aside. Uh, but yeah, this is kind of what I've got. This is like the basic design that I'll be using at least for this, phase. For the uranium plants, and what I'm probably gonna do is, we got the hose set up, like normal, which is to say, just scuffed. Um, but the input and output ports for like the uranium fuel rods and the waste are actually gonna go underwater here,
Oh, nice.
and then
That kind of gives
they'll
a nice
go.
spent fuel rod tank look to it.
Yeah, and then, down here, this will be where the uh, actual, like, solid logistics go. So that's sort of hidden from view. So if you're just like looking at it from afar, all you'll see are these gorgeous lily pads here with the reactors in them.
Cool.
Yeah. So I dig it. Took a while to sort of, consolidate on something I liked, but I really like this so far. So, all right. All that being said, let me get over to nuclear pasta.
Yeah. Yeah, I just set down a nice end of a pipe here, so you
Cool.
can come on by. I'm gonna put a power line here and run it this way. We'll just look a smidge better. And that does matter.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Look at what I just spent the last hour doing.
I'm also gonna grab some more water while you're moving. I'll be right back.
Good plan. Remember, viewers, be sure to drink your Ovaltine. I mean, the water.
Or, whatever energy drink Ada says Fix It is allegedly giving us.
Yeah, allegedly. I love the subtle implication there that they haven't just replaced our bloodstream with white monster energy.
I don't know. Maybe you can make a good pale berry flavored energy drink.
Oh, that would actually be rad. I kind of want to try that now. Of course, the real question, cursed as this idea is, what would a bacon agaric flavor energy drink be like? And how much would you want to die after eating it or after drinking it?
I don't know, but welcome to G10 Gaming, who is rating. Hello. You find us, you find us just as we are kind of reconvening for our end of stream tour of what we were doing. We already took a look at the nuclear stuff that Sophia was building, but now we get to see the latest piece of the world-spanning tube, which I'm also building, because why not? Because basically we're just doing fun things until those numbers in the corner stop ticking up. So give me a sec, I'll give you a proper shout-out here.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, G10 Gaming also just reached Phase 5 with friends. Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Let's give you that shout-out. Here we go. Ta-da! There we go.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, as I note, one reason that I'm building this thing is so that we have a really easy way to get to empty, barren spaces to log on and off. Because this save file has so much stuff going on, I'm showing you my map, that Sophia in particular has trouble logging in at times.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the Bay Area ridiculous tube. It's Bart. Yes, we both live in the San Francisco Bay Area. So that's one of the reasons I built this thing, is so we have an easy way to get to desolate places. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump in, and like I said, probably the best log off point is the copper outpost in the Rocky Desert, but we have guests joining us, and so it would be fun to show some other things that this connects to as well, but we can go there first. So into the tube. Oh, and did I go the wrong way? I think I went the wrong way.
Oh well. Nuclear. Oh.
That doesn't have an
Alright.
end yet, so we'll just go the other way.
Oh.
I was too busy switching the camera. Sophie's camera is the ultra wide, and mine is the standard one. And
Yes, because I have a ridiculous monitor, because I use
There we
this
go.
this setup for, my work and for coding and all that. So, I have a ultra wide so I can keep a lot of code on screen at once, which, is probably bad for my sanity, but very good for my wallet. So,
oh, and G10 Gaming is from NorCal, so awesome.
Oh, sick.
Got a California crowd here. So this tube is ostensibly the fast way from here to the desert, but it's still pretty scenic because I don't think it's possible to not make a scenic route in this game.
Yeah. Oh, as I travel through radiation.
Well, that's why we
Oh,
have
I mean,
our
it's just for a
radiation
second,
suits.
so.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm gonna laugh if, 2 weeks from now, that ends up, killing me somehow. Also, wow, this is... Oh, that's such a great route right there through the, springtime. Whatever the hell this area is called, it's cool. I think this
Pretty
might be the
awesome.
longest hypertube I have ever traveled in this game.
That's pretty likely. I know that the one on top of my conveyor belt of doom in my early access factory was pretty long, but this is longer. Although, it might have taken longer to build the other one, just because of all the stacked belts and just being more fiddly with it. Plus the fact that I kept, rebuilding it to keep it at the top of the stack because it looks so much better when the tube is at the top of the stack. Wow, this is long.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like
Faster
how,
than running.
twisty and turny it is. That is very cool. Because I feel like it's very easy to sort of, fall into, oh, well, I'm just gonna, make it go the straightest path from point A to point B, but, no, you have, I think, very well avoided that problem here, which does not sound like a compliment, but it is.
Oh, I think we, if you don't do anything, you'll come out at an exit here. Yep. So this is one place.
Fucking desert picture show.
The joke was sitting right there.
I love it. I love it. Speaking of, I'm heading out that way now, it looks like.
Yep.
I like this following the creek bed here. That is also very scenic.
Yeah. That was when I was starting to get Riven vibes, because there's some parts in Riven where you go traveling through places not unlike this. And of course it's a totally pre-rendered video in that game, because it's old.
Whoop. Aluminumville. Whoop.
So yeah, here's the copper outpost, which is probably the best remote place to log off.
Yeah. I think you done good here. That's really quite good.
Thank you. So if you need to run, then you can do so. But I think, at least for the sake of those who just joined us, I will I will show them some other places that this tube goes to.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
Well,
you can stay for that if you have time. I don't know how urgent things are on your end.
yeah, I've gotta bounce, but I will catch the big tour on the VOD then.
Okay, all right. Well, have a good evening.
Thank you. You too. See you later, folks.
Okay, let's see. Am I well set up? Yes, for taking her screen off. Okay, so, Sophia's heading off, so anyone else can stick around and see more stuff with the tube. So we've just came from the north routes. Eventually there's going to be a scenic route that goes like through this gorgeous area up north. We haven't really done anything with the Dune Desert. Tube, yes, all right. So in the tube, and this time we will go to the right. You gotta have quick reflexes on this thing. Oh, here's a gratuitous loop I put in just cuz. I don't think I was being quite so artsy yet at this point. This is kind of where I started at the beginning of today's play session. Now over here is where we're making aluminum. That's worth seeing. I'll just kind of give y'all a grand tour of everything. So if we get off here, we've got... Careful. We've got a massive spiral conveyor belt, because I think a spiral is cool. Bringing bauxite ore into this long line of stuff that's making aluminum parts, and those are getting sent off in these drones, and we're making batteries here. And the batteries that get made here get shipped off to basically anywhere we need batteries. And my goodness, is this place actually backed up? No, you need sheets. Since I'm here, I'm just gonna take a quick look and make sure they're all right. Sometimes aluminum gets kinda unbalanced. Let's see, you don't have enough aluminum solution. What's going on? You don't have enough bauxite. What's going on there? Did I break this somehow? What happened here? Is that seriously an empty belt? Alright, well let's... see what's happening. There we go. I don't know what happened there, but I'm glad I was here to fix it. Okay, well, that's that. Okay, so this I need to jump back in the tube. We've got more signs. Rocky Desert that way, and Oil Ocean to the right. So if we head over here, we're making some plastic and rubber over here. This place is not quite so well organized because it kind of got built very organically. Let's stop here. You have work early in the morning. All right, well, thank you for stopping by. Oop. Thank you so much for the raid, and let's see if this button works. Exclamation mark, VODs. Oh, come on. I'm trying to show you where you can find... Well, anyway, if you look for Vanya Loswin's VODs on YouTube, it's linked on my Twitch page. You can see how we built this entire thing. And also a factory that I built before this, also on Twitch, just by myself, which you'll see some similarities and some differences. Right here we've got some more petroleum products being made. Now this out here used to be a big fuel factory that Sophia built, but it's been scaled down quite a bit just because we don't need it anymore because of a much bigger fuel factory that we built later that uses rocket fuel, but we've still got a lot of these buildings that go with it. But if we run back here, whoop, we can go back in the tube. And this here is actually the first part of the tube I made, hence the much simpler signage. Just because I was running back and forth between here and New Silicon Valley so much. And the reason it's called New Silicon Valley, as you'll see when we get in there, is it's where I'm building basically all, well, where we are building, but I did most of the setup over there. It's where we're building a lot of electronics, plus a lot of the stuff that's using like quantum pieces that's going into those phase 5 parts. So yeah, I was running back and forth between those places so much that I put this first piece of tube in, and that's been here for a long time. And it's only relatively recently that I've started making a big, long roller coaster. But if we come in here, let's see. Make sure that's still operating. Yeah, okay. Everything looks good. So over here, we're making all kinds of electronics and stuff. I think what's in here is this. This is AI limiters. We can always use more of those. We've got, what's over here? I've got signs on some of these buildings, but not all. There's the crystal oscillators. And I'm kind of going for a Silicon Valley colorful corporate cubes vibe. So we've got copper sheets over here, we've got supercomputers, circuit boards. Ooh, this I actually put some work into. This is where we're making time crystals. Diamonds and diamond crystals out of the coal that's right down there, and I really like how I've just kind of built it into the wall here. It's just hanging off that cliff face. Kind of angled sides here. Over here I have made a suspension bridge. It's hard to see right now in this light. It's supposed to be the Golden Gate. It's kind of red colored. We've got a drone airport here. There's lots of stuff coming in and out from here. Over here. Yes, I remembered or was reminded of the first part of this ridiculous bit of text that used to be in one of the Fry's electronics stores. This should read conservation of pulse. Utter nonsense, but I promise that's what was written in that store. It was ridiculous beyond belief. As is my traffic management. But over here, we're making the ballistic warp drives that get sent off to our space elevator, which is in the main hub all the way over in the Grasslands. Oh, that's nice. It shows our progress when I mouse over. So there's a lot going on over there. But we can't get there with a fast tube, but I guess I could just give it a run. Now, one of the other things that Sophia did was set up a lot of train tracks, and she will definitely happily admit that most of these have gone pretty much unused. But that's okay, because she had fun setting them up. One of the sets of tracks that did get used for like one trip, and we're not sure how much it ever gets used at any other time, is this one that comes down here to Weapons Wharf, which we called it that because at least for a while this was a coal plant. And Sophia built these really cool buildings to house the coal factories. And they kind of had a San Francisco pier-side building look to them. They don't anymore. She tore all that out to put these in. This is basically where we're making all kinds of ammunition and throwing them into hammer space so that we can use them elsewhere. But it used to really look a lot like San Francisco, and that's kind of when I think that's about when I got the idea to give our electronics area a Silicon Valley vibe. That is all a long time ago now. And if we run up this way... we can go back to all our grasslands stuff. Now the grasslands, all this stuff has kind of been rearranged recently. Sophia especially tore out a bunch of stuff that we didn't really need anymore. We've still got our Fixmas tree, but there used to be a whole, like, Christmas town set up here where we built all the Fixmas stuff. That's all been taken out because we don't need it right now. And one of the things that we realized for multiplayer is that it's to our benefit to take out machines that we don't actually need, because the more stuff has to get loaded into the clients, the harder it is for the client player to log in. So that's one reason we've kind of torn out a lot of stuff that we don't need. She was building a really over-the-top steel plant over here. It's got like trains for export and everything. I don't think she's actually set up any trains, but there's this whole massive line of refineries and everything. So that's pretty new. This whole area is just kind of a mishmash of like our starting stuff and newer versions of that. And there's also this thing over here I'm really proud of. This I call the butcher shop, because it began as a place where we could just throw all kinds of alien parts into, and they'd all get sent into the proper machines to do what they need to do. But it has since expanded so that basically any alien parts, anything that creates biomass, plus just anything that you want to throw into an awesome sink, all gets thrown in here. So alien protein goes into hammer space so that we can use it to craft healing items. If that overflows, it gets turned into DNA, and that gets sent out to the awesome sink. Any kind of leaves, wood, those all get turned into biomass, which eventually gets turned into liquid biomass, which then goes into hammer space so that we can easily throw it into our inventories. Like so. and it's got this, Sophia was running some stuff in, but basically, if you throw your items in here, let's throw in all this junk that I don't need. All the biomass stuff gets turned into biomass, and then that gets turned into the solid biofuel, and that gets turned into liquid biofuel, and it goes into hammer space. All those alien parts get turned into alien protein. All the different species have their own machine for that. The alien protein is overflowing, so that gets turned into DNA, and that goes back into the central thing. It's got a Somers loop, so we get more out of it. And anything that doesn't have anywhere else to go goes on the belt out to the awesome sink. So any of the stuff that you have to gather by hand out in the world, you can just throw into this, and the butcher shop handles it. So I'm proud of that. But at this point, oh, here's a nice little tube that Sophia built. So we'll finish up with this. That just goes up here. Up to the space elevator, which we're not quite ready to use yet. Sometime soon. So I'm gonna save here. $36. Go. And oh wow. I was not getting game sound for any of that. All right, well, that's fine. But thank you all for joining us. Glad I could give you all a quick tour of things there, and so we will be back next Tuesday evening, starting at about 9:30 p.m. Pacific. I will be back about 9 on Thursday evening with Slipstream Rogue Space. It's basically Twitch Plays FTL, except everyone's a cute little furry critter. So free to play. You can come join us for that. And I will be back Sunday afternoon to bring up the next chapter in our Wilder Myth story. Kind of like XCOM, but papercraft tabletop game vibes. So if you want to see VODs of earlier in this factory or any of that other stuff, search for Vanya One's VODs on YouTube. My command is being silly today, but you can search for me on YouTube, and my links are in Twitch, so you can see that. And let's see who's around to raid. Alright, well, I don't know anything about Constant Conrad, but they're playing Satisfactory, so let's head on over. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time for whatever you would like to join us for. Thank you again. See you next time.